All right. Hello, Idea Lab. Suzanne Taylor here for Client Creation Challenge Day 4. Can't believe it's day 4 already. Can't believe it's Thursday already. I'm going to give it a few minutes. Sorry about running a little bit late this morning. I had some technical difficulties with my modem. My husband was resetting some things. Morla, good morning. How are you? I even put lipstick on and my sparkle today because I have a lot of online meetings. Today is going to blow your head off if you haven't caught the first 3 days of this challenge. It's not too late to go back and watch day 1, 2, and 3 and do your homework. The homework is pretty introspective from this challenge, and this challenge will go on again in the future as an automated challenge on my business page on Facebook, setting that up through ManyChat, and you'll be able to access all the videos, all the homework, um, right through my business page. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited for that to be set up. Good morning, Steve. Happy to see you here. Okay, so we're going to get down and dirty with some details today, which I love details, love resources. So, first things first, everything I'm going to talk about today is not mine. Disclaimer, right? Everything I'm going to talk about today is in my very page folded, very highlighted, post-it noted book called Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley and Mike Reed. This is the second edition of this book, and it's probably right up there in my list of favorite business books. I love Book Yourself Solid. I love Creating the Impossible with Michael Neal. But this one, super, super tangible. Good morning, Kyla. So we're going to jump ahead to page 72, which is my favorite section of the book. And it's about being the only choice. And this doesn't mean you have to super niche. It doesn't mean you have to do anything crazy on social media. It means you just have to be different. And you have to be different to the point that you're comfortable with. And stepping into that is not an easy journey. So I'm not going to pretend it is. It hasn't been for me. But you have to know what makes you different and not be afraid to talk about it. So let me know in the comments what makes you different from everyone else that does what you do. And if you don't know, we need to figure that out. You need to do some research on people who do what you do and see what makes you different. Then look at your personality, your character strengths, your saboteurs, your sages. What makes you different? What about what you do and those life experiences that you've had do you bring to the table that make you different? Okay, so in this book, it takes you through step by step what you need to do to be the key person of influence within your community, within your Facebook group, within your Chamber of Commerce, in the online space. So much juicy goodness in this book. But on page 72, there's some really cool steps, and that's what I'm going to go over with you today. So, first, you need to have a presentation. How do you present what you do? Is it live videos? Is it a webinar? Is it emails? Is it meeting people one-on-one? You need to have a presentation. And here's what they say. When you know the foundations of your pitch, life and business get easier. Now, what this means to me is you have to know what you're asking for. You have to know exactly what you want people to do in order to work with you. Schedule an appointment, buy this, come join me on my webinar, right? You have to know what your pitch is. With strong foundations in place, you can easily give a talk, write a brochure, create a new product, author a book, record a video, and do a deal. Now, I think that's what you're all here for this week, right? Creating clients, not getting clients, not attracting clients, creating them. Part of creating them is having them be attracted to your message and your pitch. Excuse me. There's many ways to structure a pitch, but here's the details of today, and you're going to love this. You have to position yourself as clear and credible. You have to articulate the problem that you're solving for your clients and how you noticed it. I noticed the problem I'm solving for my clients because I experienced it over and over and over. Self-doubt, self-sabotage, negative mindset. That's what led me to study positive psychology in the first place. Little did I know it was going to fix my business. Extrapolate on the impact of the problem. Now, that could mean go into detail about how it's affected you. It's cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars not addressing the problem that I solve for my clients. Then suggest a way of solving the problem. Prove how you've solved the problem in the past. And if you don't have those client stories, case studies, testimonials, that's okay. I'm sure there's other people who do. I'm sure you could get a couple clients for free, coach them, do whatever you do for a session in exchange for a testimonial. Whenever I'm testing out something new, I always do that. Then ask for what you want. Your pitch has to have that call to action. You have to, at the end of every video, every phone call, tell people what you want them to do. Let me know if you can still hear me and if this is resonating. Let me know in the comments. And here's the big one. You want to leave people, whether you're in a group, whether you're networking, whether you have a phone call, whether you have a coaching appointment, whether you're just connecting with people to meet them. You want to leave them feeling uplifted. You always want to end on a high note. And I have a lot of clients that I meet with for 15 minutes a week. Oh, awesome, Steve. And it'll all be written down in the homework, so don't worry about taking notes. I see a lot of my clients talk to a lot of my clients for just 15 minutes a week. And if we are at the 15-minute mark and we're at a low point, a negative point, I have enough cushion built into my schedule that I make sure to go 5 minutes, 10 minutes longer, and we end up on a high note. You always want to leave on a high note, whether it's networking, meeting someone. You want to end the conversation on a high note, whether that's looking towards the future, whether that's plans for the next time you're going to talk, or whether it's just a simple pleasantry at the end. You got to leave at that high point. So, the book says, don't finish a pitch on a flat note. What does that mean? That means, like, be uplifting, be excited. We talked a little bit on day 2 about enthusiasm and passion for what you do. This has to happen in your pitch as well. So if you're going to be the only choice, you have to do that too. All right, so again, the book, Key Person of Influence, I highly recommend it. I'll put the link to it in the comments. And there's lots of to-dos in the book, so be prepared for lots of homework as far as updating your profiles and getting the technical things done. And what you have to do before you do any of that, before you become the only choice in your niche, before you become that key person of influence in your Facebook group, in your community, you have to get rid of the fear. How many of you that are joining me live, or if you're catching the replay, know that you have some fear in there? And that fear is holding you back from doing what you know you should be doing, or doing what you actually need to do to move forward towards your goals. Let me know in the comments. So we're going to deconstruct the fear a little bit as part of your homework, and getting clear on what you're scared of. Steve did a great job mentioning some of the things that are holding him back in yesterday's homework. So good job, Steve. This is where you get it out of your system. Are you afraid of bankruptcy? Are you afraid of stepping into your job full time? Are you afraid of picking up the phone and calling people? Are you afraid of Facebook Lives? You know, so many of my clients hesitate on the live video thing, or even sending live videos to clients, because they didn't have their hair and makeup done, or because they don't want people to see them. Well, my friends, if you don't want people to see you, whether it's on live video or one-on-one in person, it's going to be a little hard to pitch what you have to sell. Let me know if this is resonating. So, getting really clear on what you're afraid of. How do you do that? What are you afraid of? Let me know in the comments. What are you afraid of? Is it doing live videos? Is it technology? Is it the word no? I don't want what you're selling? Let me know in the comments. What are you afraid of? What's holding you back in your business? Once you have that, I want you to ask yourself this powerful question. Why am I afraid of that? Why? Why are you afraid to pick up the phone and call people? Why are you afraid to speak at an event? Why are you afraid to do a Facebook Live? You see where I'm going with this? And if you ask yourself why, just like when you're trying to find your passion and purpose, you ask yourself why 7 times. If you're afraid, ask yourself why 7 times and get to the root of what you're really afraid of. For me, it was not having hair and makeup done for a video. Being on Facebook Live, having somebody from high school see me without hair and makeup, maybe looking older, maybe looking fatter, maybe not looking or sounding professional, right? That's part imposter syndrome. And that's part worrying about what other people think. Oh, all right, so I'm worried about what other people think. Why? Why? Because I want people to like me. I want people to think I have something valuable. Why? Because that's how I make money. So am I afraid of making money? Could be. So you see where I'm going with this, right? You get really clear on what you're afraid of, and then we can tackle that. So when I got to the root of I'm actually afraid to ask for money, that's okay, Steve, as long as you're thinking about it. As long as you're thinking about this. When I got really clear on being afraid to make money, afraid to ask for money. Why? Well, mainly because I was told not to ask for money when I was a kid. Because it's not ladylike, it's not polite. So, how did that translate into the first 5 years in my business? I didn't ask for much money. I ended up working for a lot of clients for free. Hmm. But once I tackled that fear, it wasn't even my own fear. I was able to comfortably say, would you like to talk about working together to solve that problem? And the word working together does have money attached to it. And I was no longer afraid. But by getting to the root of it, you can tackle it. So that's going to be part of your homework, to go 7 layers deep on why you're afraid. I know. I love to hear some of your insights, Lamorla, on fear. You're so good at tackling fears, and you're brilliant on video. So let me just say thanks for being here. Part of your homework tomorrow is going to be really deciding what business you're in. So that's the little sneak peek for tomorrow. Today, it's about being the only choice. So your homework will be up in about 5 or 10 minutes. We're going to talk fear. We're going to talk pitch and knowing your pitch. There's standard forms for, hey, I'm Suzanne. I'm, a life and business coach for entrepreneurs, and I help them do XYZ so they don't have to. And I'm not a huge fan of all of those canned responses. I'd rather teach you to have a custom way of doing it for you that's unique and different. So, part of your homework is going to be, what do you do? And you're going to introduce yourself via a Facebook Live here in the group. Oh my gosh, how scary! No, you can do it. It's a private group, under 500 members. None of your friends and family will see what you post in here. None of your Facebook friends, unless they're in this group as well. All right, guys, have an awesome, awesome Thursday. And thanks for your participation. And I'll see you tomorrow.